Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana, no surprises really in the chart at the moment. We are dropping further since Solana has failed to make a higher high. We talked about this, and also we talked about my primary expectation that the low is not in yet. So let's take a look at where we are coming from. Made a new all-time high obviously here in November, and since then we have dropping in this channel in an ABC correction, and we're currently, in my view, still in this C wave, which in itself consists of 5 waves. And of this 5th wave, we are currently, of this C wave, we are currently in the 5th wave. That is at least my view. Of course, you never know with certainty, but so far this drop has worked out perfectly, and the forecast has been accurate. So that makes me more confident in this wave count as well. This wave 4 also hit the target area, so I did take that out now, that target area, because it just makes the chart a little bit messy. So I've taken that out, and we've reached here the yellow or red box that we've been talking about in November. And to be fair, back then $100 level seemed unrealistic, a $55 seemed even more unrealistic. With $100, I did tell you that this for me would have been would be a quite realistic price to get to. Actually, I was quite skeptical about the 55, but it seems like we are approaching the 55 fast. And in the last video I showed you that there is even one more Fibonacci level, the 88.7% Fibonacci level at $30. You know, this would be possible as well. Absolutely, other cryptos have already come down to that level, so why not Solana as well? I'm not saying that it will happen, but be prepared for it, because we are moving fast towards the lower support of this target area that we defined months ago. And yeah, the $100 were obviously reached. Then we saw a reaction to the target area here, moved up in a wave 4, and I think we have now started the wave 5. And in this wave 5, you know, we talked about the potential that the low could already be in, but Solana has failed to make a 5-wave structure. The only way how this could have happened potentially would have been had Solana made a higher high here, but as we said, it didn't. So from then on, my primary expectation remained anyway that we are coming down once more lower because of the whole structure here, and because Solana in this wave 4 did not really move up a lot, not compared to other cryptos. Other cryptos have broken this descending channel and this descending trend line, and Solana hasn't even done that yet. So yeah, based on that, and based on the fact that it has broken here this wedge pattern to the downside, we also talked about that there is a likelihood, if that breaks, that we're also going to go down to $82. So all in line with my expectations here. And of course, it's good to see when it actually happens, because I strongly believe we need to see these Fibonacci support levels in order to finish the correction off properly. What I also need to say is that Solana has reached this red target box, and this is the box in which altcoin cryptos usually turn around in a similar correction. So at any point really, Solana could do the turnaround, but what the current or imminent price action is doing, I'm not seeing that yet. There was a potential here from that wave 3 to the wave 4 to start a new impulse, but Solana failed to do so, and therefore we are moving down lower. We also talked about in the last video this head and shoulders pattern, and talked about that, yeah, you have basically a head and shoulders pattern here within a descending wedge, but that yeah, based on the structure, that we can expect this to be broken, but we never really know for sure until it's broken. But obviously it did break, so the next support is the logical yeah, $81 level, the next the previous low here. And if you lose that, I think then you're going to go fairly fast to the $55 level, which is the lower support of this target area. Bear in mind, I'm not putting it on the chart right now, but there is a potential that if the 55 drops, there is still the $30 to come. So overall, yeah, I think this correction has worked out really well. And in here, I do start a dollar cost average in. I always get the questions, should I sell now and buy back lower? That is up to you. I can't tell you what you should do in your trading account, but I personally wouldn't do it, because look at where we're coming from. I mean, a correction typically works out in an ABC correction. It typically works out the wave C, for example, in 5 waves. Doesn't always need to be like that, but it typically does. We are now in this 5 wave structure, in my view, in the 5th wave. So you're very much at the end of the downtrend. Yes, of course, the wave 5 could be long. It can be extended and whatnot, but I mean, you need to make the decision for yourself. Do you really want to sell at the end of a correction to then have the risk that you have to buy back higher if the correction will end maybe with just a very fast move down and then already a fast V-shaped recovery? Of course, nobody knows, but that is a risk that everybody needs to decide for themselves. Yeah. So I'm not selling, I'm actually buying. For me, this is buying area. Yeah. Because I know that shortly here, or fairly shortly, depending always on the perspective, right? It could take still another couple of months or so, that we are going to bottom out here and then are back on our way to all-time highs. And I remember, I know when we're back at $300, $350, that I will be happy that I bought in this area and that I didn't sell, right? Because this is the area where, for me, it's accumulation phase. Yeah. However, lower prices have to be expected. Also looking at the indicators, for example, on the 4-day RSI, there is still room for further price drops, but we are nearly in the oversold range. And if the 4-day chart is oversold, I mean, that is an opportunity. I mean, we're close. There is not much more room for further price drops. Just to highlight that, yeah. On the weekly as well, I mean, we are now here in the range of below 40. So yeah, you can drop another 10 points easily before you get into oversold. But looking at this chart here, Solana has never been that low on the RSI, okay, on the weekly. And on the MACD, if we take a look on the MACD, also here, yes, it is going down, the momentum, but it seems to be flattening out. Now that's potentially a good sign. And if we go on the daily chart, what you're doing here in the short term, you print here currently another bearish crossover on the MACD. So lower prices can be expected, but I think the overall downside potential is fairly limited. I mean, the next key level where I expect a turnaround is $55. Now, if that doesn't hold, yes, the $30 are possible, but that would only be in line with what I expect for Bitcoin as well and many other altcoins. And after that correction is finished, I would expect a rocket start for most of these crypto currencies. Yeah, that's my view here on Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you really like the content, maybe consider to join as a channel member. You can do that on my website or here on YouTube, and then you can get access to Discord, Telegram, and a weekly live stream. And at some point today, I'm going to publish my 2022 outlook, a little bit of a more detailed explanation about Solana on my Discord server as well. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.